Go for it. Oh yeah. See, we took the good side apart, boys and girls.
Oh, bud. She's been a little hot.
Oh, that's good. All right, welcome back to C&C Equipment's YouTube channel. We are back on a major restoration, I guess we should say, on the 1990 450G dozer. If you guys have not seen, there's a bunch of videos on this thing. I'll link them down below in the description. A couple videos, we pulled the undercarriage apart. This thing come in, it's got second gear missing out of the transmission. I guess it's there technically, but it doesn't work real good, so we've not messed with that yet, but just to get to the transmission, we had to pull the sprockets off because this is a short track dozer to get these little pinion shafts out. In doing so, we found a broken tooth on the pinion shaft, and it just spiraled from there. So last couple of videos, we rebuilt both final drives, resealed them, put a new pinion shaft. Well, we don't have it in yet, but we got a new pinion shaft. Replaced all the rollers on the undercarriage. We took these track frames off. Found some more bent rods, idlers, issues. Anyway, today we're actually going to start tackling why this machine got brought here. It needs transmission rebuilt. So we're going to get this thing pulled out here and get her on the bench and see what she's all about. We need a plate remover. Oh, bud. Hey, you know those thick mats you were talking about? We must have a little residue there, bud. Look at that. Hey, I should have listened to you, you know that? We'll have to slide out our bars a little bit, Hunter. All right, want to pick it up and set it on the ground view? That's all you, PP. What do you see in here?
A little milkshake.
A little clutch material. So I've had a couple videos on these before. You guys don't know, these transmissions slide right out the back. They're pretty simple. There's a couple things you got to do in preparation. We've already done the first step. You got to pull that pinion shaft out. There's two inner shafts inside the transmission that go through the brake and clutch housing there. So what Hunter's doing, he's taking a bolt out underneath there. And there's actually a little screw jacket that will screw up underneath this steering clutch here. Because what will happen if we just pull this shaft out, we'll show you pulling that shaft out here in a bit, that steering clutch can just fall down and dangle. So John Deere's got a little what they call a screw jack. You can screw that up, it'll hold up underneath that steering clutch and hold that in place. So when we slide this thing back together, everything's lined up and hopefully the shafts go back in place. So all you have to do on these dudes is pull these two bolts off this rail here. 10 millimeter, you got to pull out like 4 bolts up here on the piping, and pull out these I guess these 2 big bolts right here, and this little retainer, and this whole thing will slide right out after pulling those shafts out. You getting her, Bubby?
I think so.
Okay.
Something.
I'll get that out, and then it takes a hex key to run it up. You remember what size that was, Kevin? I'm gonna go with 1/4 inch. That sounds like a good size. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see, but right there is that little pedestal. Here's the funny thing. That's about it, Kevin. I think somebody's been in there before because that screw was touching that brake band on there. Usually when you get done, you'll crank them down to like flush with that pedestal. But kind of a telltale sign that somebody's at least been in that side of it. Now this, it didn't look like anybody's been in it. The factory Loctite's still in there, but then again, somebody could have put more Loctite in there, who knows. So this side over here, it needs cranked up a little bit, Kevin. Normally when I take these apart, I usually sit and flush like say, but if you forget to take those out, then it's going to sit there and rub on that brake drum and mess some stuff up. So we'll probably take a look at that later and make sure everything's okay. I got all the bolts out of here. We're ready to slide this thing out. We'll take a forklift in here and go right under here, wrap a chain around it. She should slide right out. After he gets that up, we got to take these shafts out. You guys see that shaft right through there? So we can pull that one all the way out from the outside, and there's another one on that side. So since we got both sides apart, we can pull them out, or if you're doing this and just want to take one side of the dozer apart, you can pull that pinion shaft out You can take that shaft all the way out and then reach your rod in there and pull that shaft and leave it inside the transmission and pull it out that way. So you got it threaded in there, Bubby?
Sure.
So I believe it's what, 12 millimeter or something like that. Threads, it's metric. Just pull that inner shaft out. That's all there is to it. We'll stick it up here with the pinion shaft. I already pulled the one out of the other side. We just went ahead and pulled both of them out since we had both the finals off. Do you hear that thunder?
Randy the weatherman was right.
Weather? Randy the weatherman. Now he's off about an hour. All right, we're ready for a forklift and we're gonna yank this out.
Because I actually do something.
That's right.
Are you dirty?
No.
You're the cameraman. That's
Disrespectful little kids. Woo! Listen to that forward power. Come on in. Hey, we got open seminar, Westside. That's right. We got a seminar today on how to rebuild a tranny. Hi, Tucker. All right, so those things are super simple and easy to take out. One of the best designs in my opinion. Taking a look around here. First thing we'll do, we'll check the backlash on this ring and pinion. It's got way too much play in it. We'll take a note of that now. And there's shims on each side of these. And when we put it back together, we can save a step and we can probably get this thing real close on the first try. Because hopefully we can reuse the bearings and stuff. I wouldn't think they'd be bad. But second gear is out of this dude, supposedly. I'm seeing a tremendous gap over here. It kind of looks like that might be your culprit, so. Yeah. So this top one is your forward and reverse clutch pack. So when you move that shifter to forward and reverse, one of these is going to engage for forward. So then I believe you got like second and fourth on one of these and first and third on the other one over here. So it's really a pretty simple design. But let's get our dial indicator set up and check this backlash over here first. All right, we got our dial indicator set up here. I'll rock this thing back and forth. We've got right around 16 thousandths of backlash, which is a little bit too much. I think the book calls for around 7 to 9 thousandths or so on used parts. So what we'll do later on, we'll take a shim out of here probably, add one to here, we'll shove that over a little closer and make it a little tighter. And Hunter's right down there.
Trying to.
0.016.
Oh.
You wrote 160,000. So first thing we'll do, we'll start ripping this thing apart. We'll take this ring and pinion out of here first, and just start dissecting her. One thing I do like to do is mark these, so I can kind of put them back together somewhere. So now we got 2 marks on that one, 1 on this one. You can go ahead and pull it apart. You got her stuck, didn't you?
First time I met that guy, really. I've seen him before, but I didn't realize what you said. The email stuff too.
All right, got a 2 1/4 socket. Take off this big nut here. Think you got it there, bud?
Yes.
Go for it. You got her. All right, there's the front of that off. So these things are very simple. All your oil runs through those lines and they go in these little manifold. Got new sealing, or they got sealing rings on there. We'll put new ones on there and everything. Hunter, you need to pull a snap ring out of that right there. We can pull this top clutch back out, and then we can get to the other stuff. Now these are like magic. Yeah, pull this out at the same time. Pull that pinion shaft out the back over there.
No, it was like that. It was like that.
Well, there she be. She's all disassembled, super easy and quick. Got a little bit of old clutch material residue, but so far all the gears and things are looking good. I don't believe this thing's ever been apart. This is like a 4,500 hour dozer. You guys are wondering why the transmissions failed on these things. Keep in mind, this is like a 34-year-old dozer. These clutch linings, when we see them here later, they're just glued onto a piece of steel. And they just, from age, the linings will start coming unglued. They're not necessarily wore out. Another big killer of these is moisture and setting. So if you get a little bit of moisture in the oil, I think it attacks the glue on these discs. Plus this machine set a long time too, so that's not good on it either. But we'll start yanking these dudes apart. Yeah. All right, so we kind of got all of our new seals, clutch plates, snap rings. Looks like you're ready to take a bearing off. We got a new transmission disc laying over here in the oil, kind of soaking. We got new steels. If we need them, we'll use those. I like to buy everything ahead of time, so we got it. A couple special tools made over the years that we'll be using here later. Yeah, I like everything laid out. Hunter's got everything laid out in stacks and all that stuff. So we'll probably be reusing all these bearings. Normally I don't see these things are bad because they do run in oil all the time. If we do see something, we'll try to get something. So ready to pull that off. We're just going to start unstacking. I believe this is the second gear clutch pack here. Okay, I like to lay these bearings as they come off. We're just going to keep on disassembling. You got to loosen this up here.
Okay.
You'll get it figured out on the last one.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Lay that there. We'll kind of stack stuff. The way it comes apart. Snap ring there. I don't like to reuse these snap rings. You're going to flip that over. Yep. There you go. There's another snap ring down there. So they made kind of two different versions of this transmission. This is an early series dozer, so there's some differences in it. These early ones use bushings instead of bearings. On that should pop out of there next. I have to get this little screwdriver. And then
With the gear?
Yeah, I don't think it comes up until we pull this big. We get some screwdrivers to pull this big snap ring out. That snap ring has either been out of here before or it's been spinning. You guys see that groove right there? I usually don't see that. That tells me that it was maybe in a different location, or this thing's been spinning. This could be the clutch pack that's damaged, but it's kind of weird how that's like that. See how that's wore all the way through there? It's like that's been spinning or somebody's turned it, which is somewhat concerning because it should have some places there where it's not been turning.
What, just set it there? Or?
Yeah, if you can stack at some point, we'll have to quit stacking. And all right, now you can pick up these. Let's take those out one by one, lay them out. Just like a big old dirt bike clutch, isn't it?
Pretty much.
You got some fibers coming with you.
Oh.
Must be a burr on there where that thing was spinning. Oh yeah. See, we took the good side apart, boys and girls.
Oh, bud. She's been a little hot.
Oh, that's broken.
Yeah.
I've never seen one break. Wow. Usually the fiber comes off of them. Okay. That's weird. I've never seen one crack. Like these are okay.
I got really hot.
Yeah, well, it's been spinning in second gear.
Oh, so this is the second gear one?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Is that broke? Or?
No, so they have one different plate in all these. It's called a wavy edge plate. You see that right there, that notch? So I actually can't get this one aftermarket from John Deere, so for aftermarket sources, so we have to buy those from John Deere. I've got new ones over there. If that one's bad, that one's got hot, so we won't reuse that one. So yeah, that's I've never seen one crack in two like that.
That's not good.
That's very interesting. Was it cracked in two and it spun around on itself, didn't it, like that?
I bet that's what happened.
So it was sitting in there like that in two pieces. I've never seen that happen. That's weird why that snapped. That's why that snap ring was spinning around in circles in there. It had too much pressure on it. So we'll have to inspect this clutch basket really well. That's why that didn't want to lift out of there too well. There's a little bit of burrs where that snap ring's been spinning in there.
Or you just file it down or something? Yeah,
we'll get it all apart. So next thing we got to do, those are cone washers, so that keeps your tension on your piston. They're actually spring washers. So we'll have to put that in the press over here. Then I've got this tool right here with the notch in it. We'll set that down on there. We'll press right there, then we'll get our snap ring pliers. Once we get all the tension off, take that snap ring out, then we can back it up.
Okay.
And we'll take the spring tension off of it. All right, so we got this dude set up in the press here. We got our little tool. Hunter, if you just crank this wheel down, you should be able to do that by hand. We should get a gappage here. Okay, let's back her up, and that's it. I'll let the tension off those cone washers. Okay. That's all those. We'll take her back to the bench. All right, now we got those cone spring washers off. You can take out this little brass thing. I got to fish it out. Just a brass washer.
There we go.
Okay, got it. Let's set that on top there because it goes right against that. And then this piston should come up out of here just like that. Piston seal is gone. It's part of the reason why that clutch pack failed. See that?
Wow, yeah.
That's what, so the oil comes in here and pushes on that clutch pack and energizes that. So more than likely that rubber's just old and that's what failed, and that disc has just started slipping and broke and all that good stuff. So Now I believe we got to press this off here. Look at it here. Yeah, all this stuff has to go that way to get to this clutch basket here, so.
Okay.
All right, so this is where our first custom tool comes into place. We took this snap ring off here, so this gear and stuff will not come off this way. It's all got to go down that way, so you can go ahead and slip that on there, Hunter. That's kind of a nice tight fix. We don't have much of a lip to catch that basket on. So we're going to take that, flip it upside down, put it in a press here, and then we can push on this shaft, which in turn should take all this off. Okay. Yeah. All right, double checking. We did take a snap ring out of there. We got everything set up here. I believe we're good to go, ain't we?
You ready?
Tried a little bit, yeah. Kind of watch the tonnage and make sure we don't get too much on it.
There's 5.
There she goes. Hang on, let me watch these clutch plates here too.
Okay.
Alright, so that piece just pressed out of there. You guys seen that? You want to go ahead and pull. We're getting full here on our table.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pull those out and lay that over there. Let's see what kind of carnage we got here. Again, this big snap ring had been spinning for some odd reason. I'll just go ahead and do it. These are looking like what they should. It's got rust on it from sitting on that steel. See that?
It's kind of scratched too, isn't it? Or that don't matter?
A little. Spin tractor's been sitting in place for a long time. Those look good, but those, as soon as you put them in service very much, you guys see, we might be able to polish that up, but at this point we're probably not going to take a chance. What's that there?
I don't know.
This tractor's been sitting a bunch. Here's a notched wavy edge plate. Rusty. All right, we gotta do the same thing with that, compress that, and get that out of there. I got those washers off. I'll take the piston out. How's your seal look on it? Still good. It's kind of hard. All right, and there's another inner seal there. So this thing has these little wear thrust washers right here. Looks like I'm bleeding. Got a little bit of wear on them, so since they do, we'll have to pop these keys out and take this out. We can slide this gear out and replace those. We're just going to reverse the order and start putting new seals in here and rebuilding it. You ready?
Sure.
Oh. That can go back on there. See that little pin I was talking about? There's that thrust washer. Let me go ahead and open 2 of those up, Hunter. Not bad shape, but the other one had a groove in it here. And while we're here, we're just going to go ahead and replace them. New thrust washer. I'll put the gear back on. Another new thrust washer. And we need that snap ring. Alright, we got the old snap ring out. We're going to match it up with the new one. I don't like to reuse snap rings. I had an issue a long time ago. Back when I was helping Dad, we reused some snap rings and had one fail a few hundred hours later. It was just a snap ring reusing, so I just don't like to reuse them.
So what paper for? Just cause?
Keep it from rusting.
Okay.
Was that the same exact one? I'll put that new one on. Put it in there good? Looks like it. Alright, now we need to put those keys back in there. Hold that shaft. Alright, taking out the inner piston seal. That was the new one? That's it. We need to get some TH fluid in a squirt can. Alright, got our new inner piston seal in. Hunter's wiping the outer piston off, or I guess the piston. Gonna check everything out on it. So when we put that back together, you see this hole on this side here?
Yeah.
It's got to make sure and line up with that hole there.
Okay.
Put that around there. You want to be careful not to stretch it any more than it is.
Oh wow, okay.
Super squirter. We got a little transmission fluid here you can put on there. Let's wipe that around. Put a little bit on there. Okay, take note of that. That pinhole's right there, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So you spin that over where it's lined up in that notch. We gotta be real careful and make sure we don't cut that O-ring seal. Just kind of let it sit. We don't want to force it. Then we got to take a punch and kind of work this around here, and it should kind of fall in place. You might put a little light pressure on. Oh, this is not lined up quite right. That's in there. A little light pressure maybe. There she went. Okay, you want to force those and cut those O-rings. So, what's next? Cone washers, right there. I just stack those back on there. I believe the oil's clean. We need a new snap ring. All is okay. We're gonna get that back in the press, use your tool, and press that together. More?
Just a couple more. Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna spread this out. You get your screwdriver and you pry it down.
Okay.
Is that it? Feel good about it? It's good over here.
Okay, looks good over here.
Okay, and back that up. Looks good. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start stacking clutch disc on this, and remember we gotta press that on here. First thing we're gonna need, Hunter, is one of these big monster snapping rings. Get one of those open.
Talking crap about my knife.
Your $8 knife.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a belly special. I cut myself with it.
Alright, got a new snap ring on here. We're going to start laying this kind of in reverse order. This is the main clutch. This you should have a new fiber. So we're going to replace this fiber with that one. I'm going to throw that one away. Now we need a new steel. I'm going to throw this steel away.
You put oil on this or anything?
No, it'll be fine. Another new fiber. I'm going to throw this one away. Another new steel. Another new fiber. Another new steel. And we got another fiber sitting here because we're trying to stack it backwards the first time. And this is our wavy edge notch plate that goes against the piston, so that will be the final one right there. Now we got to do a balancing act. We got to press this back together. We got to get those grooves lined back up for the keyways here. And the fun thing about that, it starts getting tight here, so you got to get it lined up here before you shove it all the way down. Plus you got to get all these lined up, so it's going to be a balancing act. Spin those keys over to my way. Okay. Alright, got that side pressed together. Got our big snap ring in there. We already put our little snap ring in here. Hunter's got a new thrust washer. Goes down in here. We got to get some new piston rings. The piston's ready to go on next. I need to get the right pick here.
Okay.
How was that piston ring? Well, this is the bad one, isn't it?
Yeah. She's just falling apart.
Oh gosh, you dropped it, Bubby.
Oh gosh.
Is this it here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lined up. In a little hole. Throw a fiber away, did you?
I'll throw 2 halves away.
2 halves of a fiber. There you go. Throw the steel away. Fiber away keeps the doctor away. Is that what they say?
I think you need fiber for your body.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
You need fiber in your transmission. Is that it?
Yep.
I got the wavy edge on there.
Okay.
Magic tricks engaged. Oh, we have so much oil everywhere.
I can't tell you that.
Oh, thanks for holding it, Hunter.
Yep. My fault.
So all that work we did was for nothing. You could probably still put your hand up there and hold it so it don't tip
I
over.
don't know what you want me to do.
Hold it so it don't tip over. Don't get all butt hurt on TV.
Oh yeah, working with Dad. Casual day.
I'm not the one that dropped it. Well, there she is. Was that painful?
Yes, in many ways.
It's not that hard. Now we got all the rust knocked off of us. We're gonna crank out these other two. You guys seen the process. They're pretty much identical. We'll set you guys up on time lapse. We'll get those knocked out, and hopefully we can get this thing back together today. Well, that was a fun time. Aftermath of a transmission rebuild. So we've got all of our parts back over here. Everything went well. What do you think? You ready to stab this back together? Hunter's got the case cleaned up. I just went in and bought another junk dozer.
Seriously?
I did. Anyway, we got just a few parts left too. Well, what do you think about putting this together?
Hopefully it'll go together.
Right. We'll have to take that apart and put new O-rings on all that too for them. So we didn't find anything else other than that second gear. You guys seen that broken clutch disc. Everything else was fine. O-rings, clutch disc, but we put everything new in it. This thing's getting old. Yeah, we could have patched up that second gear and it probably would have run for a while, but yeah, that's the remnants of a bunch of parts. So could have been just fine, but while we're here, it's a lot cheaper just to replace the stuff and then to take this whole thing back out again and have issues with it later down the road. So that's what we did. We're gonna get a few more things cleaned up here and get some stuff put together.
Do you want me to put this in there too or no?
You can get it started a little bit, I think, or maybe leave that drop down.
Okay. Maybe.
You got some washers and thingies?
Yeah, wait.
Does all this look good? Why don't you get me some wheel bearing grease so we can hold these together?
You need one of these washers, is what you're saying?
Do what?
What washer do you need?
I don't know. Is there another little thrust bearing there somewhere? Oh, I bet that's it right there. Okay. Move that out of the way. Set that up in there. We got these back in the same spot. Oh yeah. Nice and heavy.
That's backward. That's backwards.
You really confused me. This is where people lose hands. Alright, we just slide that shaft through and we'll be done. There you go. We just got to put new sealing rings on here. All three of these shafts, there's 4 in each one. Then we'll take it apart, put some new O-rings, we can put the front cover on. That's nice and hard, Bubby?
Oh yeah.
So we got 3 of the pipes out. We're going to take some out in sections. Yeah, these things are hard. Uncle Scott, did you find our O-rings?
I'm just spraying them all.
Oh my gosh, we only need 1 box, Bubby.
Yeah. We're getting it right this time.
Where's your old one so you can match them up?
He ain't coming back to thirds.
You're getting them all mixed up, Sonny. That's the wrong box. Anybody tell you you're doing a good job, Uncle Scott?
Never heard it from my life.
Oh, we got new O-rings down here already. We're putting some new ones out here. We're about ready to slam this thing on the transmission. She ain't gonna be leaking now. Are you ready? This thing's heavy. Where's the hose at? So we gotta go up. This little case has gotta go up here, Scott. Alright, we got her kind of slid in there. We're gonna get some bolts started, put some Loctite on them. Then we're gonna get that little shaft pushed up there and get the bearing on it, so no pressure.
Oh gosh.
No pressure. How you getting there, Bubby? Snap ringed out? What's Uncle Scott doing over here?
Polishing on the ring gear.
Bub, if I didn't know no better, that looks just like that picture on that box. You're doing a good job, you know
Pete
that?
called me and I'm a model for him.
Those are pretty nice.
They are. They're quite.
I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, if you put a little grease on the back of your hand, you could be a model for
Oh,
the
that
pig
mean
company.
I was working.
Oh, he was working that day. That's not today, though. All right, we ready to reshim this here backlash? So we had 16 thousandths earlier. Do we know which way the ring gear goes? Do we take note of that?
It was this side on that side.
You know how we can tell?
Just look at the way the things.
This final drive's a single reduction. You don't have 2 gears in it, so it's a single.
Or you just think, okay.
That says double reduction. It's got a D on it. Or you just go over here, look, single.
Yes, for Scott.
So that ring gear needs to sit on this side. Your viewers are probably typing in the comments right now telling you. Because it was only like 30 minutes ago for them, but like 6 hours for us. So you got a weaseler in there. Oh, you can't lift, bro? You should have had one of them white microfibers on there.
Oh, sorry. Were you supposed to do this? Oh, gosh.
Get it in the hole. No, you got to snake it in. Did you not watch your daddy earlier?
No. Why would I?
You're supposed to be learning. You went the wrong way, honey. You want to put that right side in first.
All right.
There's a lot of people typing away. You got it.
Thanks. Oh, gosh. Not my bearings.
Oh, yeah, now you're getting it. You got to ease it on in. Just a little tappy tap. Oh, there went your fingers. There you go. Look at you go. Good job.
Nope.
Oh, don't pat you in the back. All right, so we had too much play. We need to take this thing that way a click. So that means we got to take... What are you laughing at? See, he's getting him cleaned off. Means we got to take shims out of here, right? Move it that way and add it to this side. Uncle Scott, you got the magical number? Let's see. This is the...
Which side did this come out of?
This is a single
This is
dot.
the reduction
Single
side?
dot. Where's my dot? That's a double. That's this side. So you need to take one out, a thin one out of that side, and we'll add it to that side. Hopefully that makes sense. And then we'll check your backlash.
Single.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
You took one out of that one, is that right?
Yep.
Probably wipe that caca out of there. Where's your wiper at, bud? Somebody didn't do a very good job there.
Ew.
He's got some burnt training disc material.
Friction getter.
I got my dot here, dot there. Like that. This is one side at a time, boys. I think you gotta get it started in the boss before you put the bolts in there. You need to go up.
Yeah.
There's a brass hammer right here by Hunter. He might give it to you. Come on in. Go ahead, Hunter. Line your dots up. We only need a couple, about 3 bolts in it for now. You need a hammer?
You want to borrow my hammer?
That would be awesome.
All right, run her in with the impact a little bit.
Aren't you smart?
All right, how'd we do, boys? Looks like we got, what, 8.5? 8.5, 9, that's in spec. I think 7 to 9 spec, so. High five.
No, it's Uncle Scott.
We like
Good
it in
job,
spec.
Uncle Scott.
I didn't do anything.
It's close enough for a bulldozer. We're gonna get the rest of the bolts in there, but that saved ourselves a lot of time by checking that first. If not, we'd have to take that apart and jack with it some more. No, I don't think there's any Loctite on those. All right, we're gonna get that buttoned up back here. Double check things here. We might put a little bit of air into it and test some clutch packs here. All right, so we're gonna do some air testing here. We put all new O-rings and everything. We can energize each one of these clutch packs. So this top one is forward and reverse. So if you look here, we got an F on that line, an R on that line. We got first, second, third, and fourth here. So we can test each one of these. So Hunter's on the forward pack. I don't know if it's this one or that one.
Should be that one. I think.
Okay. You guys, oh, you're over here. You guys watch that. See that energize? When he does that, it's actually locked up to the pinion gear. That pinion was turning this way. Now if you go in the reverse, which is over here, and I spin this the same way, it should be going, see, now it's going the other way now. Let's do that again and watch these. Okay. So if you guys are wondering how much pressure, these things run about 275 pounds of pressure. So we only got, let's do our other gears. We only got like 170 shop air. We got first gear here. Let's get this spun around so we can see it. First gear. Is that blowing out? Okay, right there. Yep. Second. Yep. Okay. Go easy on the air there, Bubby. Let me get this.
That's like.
Go ahead. Did it move? I didn't see it. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. And you're in fourth right there. Yep. All right. I think you got her. How you feel about it?
Good so far.
No computers needed for this job. I noticed you didn't help us. Hey, we're ready to put it back in her. Back in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
I'll be back.
It's getting, it's,
Some of my best work right
yeah, it's getting, you don't want to know what that is. It's getting late here at the end of the day. We got this thing all done. We're at a good stopping point. Next video, we'll probably be putting this thing back in here. We'll get those pinion shafts back in, sprockets, and probably, I guess, put the tracks. I should have new idlers and all that stuff here, so we'll kind of get that buttoned up. And I believe we got to take care of some leaks and stuff up here, sticky pedals. We got to do a service on the engine, check it out, and see what all we need underneath there. So lots to do in this tractor, and I believe we're going to paint it too. So plenty more videos to come. We got cylinders rebuilt, the blades got to be worked on. There's a lot of junk. It's like a major restoration, Bubby. You guys can see we've got plenty of stuff going on over there. We got some undercarriage to put on that one. That being said, you guys like this video, do us a humongous favor. Go down below, hit that thumbs up, like button. It helps us a lot. Be careful with that, bub. You might hurt somebody. But yeah, if you don't, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of those videos coming up on this thing. And I think we're actually getting ready to take off and do a little rescue on some old machines. So some junk, some cable dozers. Old stuff. Are you back? You can't be that quick. I was telling our people about the junk I bought. We gotta go get next week.
I'm fired up.
The one dozer don't even have hydraulics on it. It's got cables. That's how old it is.
Oh gosh.
There's no hydraulic cylinders to rebuild.
Like 50s?
Oh, yeah, that kind of air. It's a good stuff.
Is it just pulleys?
Yeah, it's got a winch on the back and pulleys and widow makers. And anyway, that's going to be for next time. But we appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you later.